llama el cuerpo. Me ha afectado.
Hi, today's video is gonna be great because I'm about to show you 3 of the most remarkable animal rescue stories you have ever seen. When you think of Let's Adopt, what does it bring to mind? I tell you, dogs. Dogs being rescued, dogs being taken to hospital, and what kind of dogs? Dogs with terrible injuries, dogs that really, when you look at them, you think this dog is not gonna be saved. Well, that's us. Let me begin with one of the most unforgettable stories. I received an email one day. The email came from Germany. A family there had adopted a dog from a shelter in Romania. They called him Sky. When the dog arrived to the family, they were shocked. Half of the head was missing. The jaw was completely locked. The dog couldn't open his mouth to eat or to drink. They wrote to me. They explained me the story, and I said, look, send me a picture. Oh my God, the picture, I just couldn't believe it. What are we gonna do with this dog? But I told him, look, just bring him here. And if you want, I can go there to pick him up, but if you can, bring him here. We will do our best, I promise you. I cannot promise you anything, but we will do our best. So Sky arrived to us. And oh my God, I have never seen anything like that. Literally, half of the head was missing. I mean, luckily, the person that did this to him didn't get to cut any of the brain, but it was all the flesh, it was all the bone, the skull, the jaw. It was all a complete disaster. So what we had to do is we had to figure out a way for that jaw to be unlocked, to that jaw to remain mobility, so that the Sky could open his mouth and he could drink and he could eat. Otherwise, he was gonna die. Eventually, he was gonna die. He was eating through a straw. Straw was passing through some of his teeth, but it was horrible. It took us a few days to figure out what the strategy was. Jorge said that the first thing we had to do was to control infection, to clean all that area, to do a complete cleanup. There was pieces of wood, there were stones in there. It was horrific, but we did it. And then the second stage was to fix his jaw. In order to do this, we brought a maxillofacial surgeon specialized in this kind of surgeries for humans. And initially we were considering to build a prosthesis, but finally what it worked was to take some of the fat from his stomach, from his belly, and put it there and use it as a joint. I mean, I tell you, we just didn't know if it was gonna work, but we had to try. The first time I saw Sky opening his mouth, after all these months that he had spent there with us, it was incredible. That moment, I knew that he was gonna live, that he was gonna have a wonderful life. After a few days of recovery, I took him back to Germany, to the family that adopted him. Not to the family that did this to him. No, these are the guys that offered me, that wrote to me and say, look, please help us. And I tell you, I left the Sky with a beautiful family, with a family that was gonna provide for him for the rest of his life, that was gonna make him happy. He became one of these landmark rescues, one of the rescues that define us as an organization. This is what we do. This is why we do what we do. It's because of dogs like Sky. They've met us, we saved their lives, and we built this amazing community. And then another telephone call. A call from Linda this time. They had found a dog carrying a big something on her leg. They believe it's a tumor, but it's too big. They had never seen anything like that. The dog cannot be caught. She's really scaredy. She's running around. Whenever she sees a person, she runs away. God knows what happened to her. But the fact is that she's terrified of humans. So I said to Linda, if you catch her, we will take her. We will do whatever it takes. Maybe we'll have to amputate the leg. We don't know. But just send me a video. And again, when I saw that thing, it was horrible. So they coordinated the rescue. A group of people got together and they went through, oh my God, she was found in in a factory, I think in a factory surrounded by trucks, by tires. She was trying to escape. The images were heartbreaking because you see people trying to save a dog and the dog not understanding. She was escaping. It was horrible. When we finally got her, took her to the hospital, I was in shock. I had never seen anything like that. I had never seen a tumor so big growing outside the body. I had seen tumors before, the stomach, in the chest, but nothing like that outside the body. It was like having like an extraterrestrial, like an alien growing out of a dog. The smell, oh my God. It took us a few days until we could go into surgery with her. There was going to be a lot of blood loss. We had to do a blood transfusion. We had to make sure that the surgery was viable. Finally, we did it. It was a massive thing. Isidore was carrying that thing on his arms, like we were so excited. So we were so happy. The next hours were going to be crucial. We didn't know if she was going to survive, but she did. Oh my God, once that thing was out of her leg, she started working properly. Until now, she had not been able to walk properly. She was having these funny movements. It took her a few days until she got used to the fact that she didn't have that tumor anymore. We finally found her a beautiful, beautiful home in Luxembourg. We delivered her there. Oh my God, she is so happy, and she has been so happy ever since. Alma's story is another one of those stories that could only happen because this organization exists. And this is why we're fighting to survive. And why am I telling you all of this? Because unless we do something, unless we turn the situation around, Let's Adopt won't be around for much longer. And this brings me to Noah, the biggest fighter of them all. I couldn't believe her condition the first time I saw her. Leishmaniasis had affected her skin, she was emaciated, and it had affected her internal organs. We rushed to the hospital and she had to go into surgery. Once, twice, 3 times in 4 days. It's incredible. She made it, but she barely made it. She spent weeks at the hospital. The recovery was slow, but you could see that she really wanted to live. Then something incredible happened. Noah was adopted by a beautiful man, an incredible man who opened his house to her. Greg, you all met him. He was a gentle giant. He was someone that had a bunch of dogs, 7 or 8, and he had accepted Noah in his pack. Noah was so happy. He was the first human she had ever bonded with. But then disaster struck. Greg had a heart attack. He passed unexpectedly, and suddenly she was left again as an orphan. She had nowhere to go. It took a while, but one of Greg's friends decided to foster her. Beautiful girl, really nice. She's a vet, and she said, "Okay, look, I can help. This dog is gonna be a lot of work, but I can help." Noah was with her for 1.5 years until she wrote to us and she said, "Look, I want Noah to be mine. I have worked so hard. We have worked so hard together, but finally she's okay. I would like to adopt her." And that was such a beautiful moment, both for me, for her, and of course for Noah. Noah is really happy. Noah finally has a family. Noah wouldn't be alive if it wasn't because of us, because of Let's Adopt. These 3 stories, these 3 incredible dogs, are the reason why Let's Adopt must continue. If you have watched this video, if you have loved the stories, if you are moved by our work, I would like to invite you to please join us today. We are trying to reach the number of 5,000 subscribers. We currently have 2,160 donors that donate to us on a monthly basis, but it's not enough. We need to reach the amount of 5,000 because only if we do that, we will reach enough funds to cover our expenses. I need to ask for a favor. Please join us today. Please donate. Do that on a monthly basis. These beautiful stories cannot stop. We need to do something. Please donate. Help us continue saving lives. Thank you.